Dictation for Parliament 800 words at the rate 140 to 150 word per minute. Be ready? Start. We find that the problems arising there are problems of a new vitality and not problems of a decadent people. They are the problems of a new life emerging. I refer to the Congo, and there is nearby country of Angola under Portuguese rule. Apart from the theoretical question of colonialism, from the practical point of view, what we have heard of events in Angola has been distressing in the extreme. We can imagine how much it must distress people in Africa. I earnestly hope that this rampant of colonialism will also peacefully change. There are other colonialism problems, of course. There is allergic. I can only say that the terrible suffering which the people of Algeria have undergone during the last 8 years must find fulfillment. I am sure they will. Last 8 years must find fulfillment. I am sure they will, but I would hope that they will do so soon, and that the story of their agony should not drag. I do not think that at this stage of the world's history it has become impossible for colonies to continue without creating complications which may lead to major conflicts in the world. The world is facing even greater problems or survival of war and peace. The choice today before the world is a choice which has never been posed before. It is a choice of self-existence, of survival. Many people think that and talk about escaping from the disaster of a nuclear war by living underground and living like rats in a hole. It is surely a strange commentary on our times that we should be driven to that conclusion instead of directing all our energies and all our strength to the prevention of that catastrophe. There are basic problems before us which I believe are capable of solution, because I am convinced that no country deliberately desires war. I am convinced that the people all over the world are passionately in favor of peace. There is the problem of disarmament. I am convinced that the modern world cannot continue for long without full disarmament. It is perhaps true ultimately that the material advance which has taken place in the world and which is magnificent has gone far ahead of the development of the humankind. A mind which took behind that thing in terms of how nations functioned and wars occurred 100 or 200 years ago does not fit in with the modern age as such. It is my privilege this evening to greet you all, my fellow citizens at home and abroad, on the 13th anniversary of our independence, and to convey to you my good wishes. It will be my endeavor as the first servant of the people to exert myself to the utmost for the service of our people and our country. I hope to return in some humble way the affection and regret I have enjoyed from all sections of society for 45 years of political life. 30 years have gone past since we become free. The events of the recent past have proved the maturity of thought, confirmed our beliefs in the democratic way of life. Today we can hold our heads high as the world's largest democracy. This by itself is not enough, and if the democratic way of life is to last, we must look inwards and examine our thoughts and actions. The democratic way of life must result in a rapport between the mass of our people, particularly those living in rural areas, our political mentors and the administration. Life for our long-suffering people, many of whom live well below the subsistence level, can have no hope unless it has substantial inbuilt economic and social substance. Only then can we mobilize our enormous human resources to activity actively participate in the task of nation building. We have in these last 30 years experienced success and failure, happiness and sorrow. We have yet to end poverty, ignorance and disease and inequality of opportunity. The ambition of the greatest man of our times, Mahatma Gandhi, was to wipe tear from every eye. Our work will not be complete until this noble objective has been achieved. India lives in the villages, and these simple folk are our richest heritage. The 5-year plans for socio-economic development have no doubt yielded some result. Has their impact been substantial? Have the benefits of plant developmental proclaimed to the remote village and the weaker sections of society? Until I assumed the office of President of India, I was a Kisan working in the fields in sun and rain. I know at first hand the difficulties which millions of our countrymen face even in obtaining the basic necessities of life like drinking water, facilities for education and health. Full stop. स्टूडेंट ये आपकी 140 से थोड़ी सी ऊपर है आपकी एक्सरसाइज, ये 800 वर्ड्स है। इसको आप टाइप कीजिए, टाइप करने के बाद आप मैच कीजिए। इसकी आपको पीडीएफ आपको टेलीग्राम चैनल पे आपको मिल जाएगी। अगर आपको टेलीग्राम चैनल नहीं पता है तो यहाँ वहाँ पे लिखेंगे आप टेलीग्राम लर्न शॉर्ट एंड टाइपिंग विद विकास सर, फुल स्टॉप।